My name is William Gallagher. I'm coming to you today from Market Traders Institute. What you see on your screen right here, this is an actual trade setup that I'm looking at taking. I'm going to come back in here in just a little while. I'm going to actually show you why I'm looking at this being a trade setup, and I'll go through all the analysis with this here. But my goal here today is to kind of show you my quick start Forex program. Within the next 45 to 60 minutes, I'm going to get you up to speed, teach you and show you my analysis, how I am actually a Forex trader. For those of you that are not familiar with the Forex market, it's the foreign currency exchange. But I'm going to walk you through, I'm going to show you how I use MTI's charting software. I'm going to teach you a trading strategy here today, get you up to speed so that by the end of the webinar, you can literally take what I'm showing you here today, get started trading in the Forex market today. Now, one of the things I want to assure everybody is that if you've been to some of our webinars before, you've probably seen that our education, it is several $1,000s to go through the full education. Everything I'm showing you here today, you get to take for a test drive here today for about the cost of a pack of gum. So I just want to assure everybody that everything, if you're interested in taking this for a test drive, it's going to be very affordable so you can see if this is actually for you here today. Now, because I am going to pull up my charts here in just a moment, I am going to actually teach you a trading strategy, show you how I do some analysis in this market, but I want to let everybody know that there is no such thing as an undefeated season when trading. Now, you are going to incur losses from time to time. So it is highly recommended that you go through our entire education and you begin trading as an educated and knowledgeable trader. Now, once again, be advised that anything I show you here today, do not take this as actual investment advice. I will walk you through several trade examples. I will teach you a trading strategy. I will show you a trade I'm looking at. But ultimately, when you do trade live, you make a decision to make a trade, well, that's going to be your decision as well. So just got to set the baseline here of what I'm going to be talking about. For those of you that are brand new to the Forex market, don't worry. I'm going to take a minute or two before I pull my charts. I'll explain to you how the Forex market works and what we do in the Forex market. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to teach you a trading strategy. It is called the London Daybreak trading strategy. A very simple and easy trading strategy where you don't have to do a lot of analysis to get in and out of this market very quickly. Now, I'm also going to pull up my charts and show you how I do manual analysis using the charts and some of the automated tools that are built into our charting platform. We have an automated Fibonacci tool. We have automated trendline tools, candlestick tools. I'll go over all that here today. And I will pull back up that current trade opportunity. I should have enough time to come back in and show that to you. So I'll show you why I'm looking at that so you can at least start off with one opportunity that you can look at. And I'll even teach you and show you how to set up a demo account here today so that you can literally start trading in this market without having to invest any money of your own into a trading account. Become comfortable trading before you get started. Plus, I'll show you how you get everything I'm showing you here today. The charting, the trading strategy, some free bonuses as well. Like I said, for the cost of about a pack of a gum to take it for a test drive. Now, once again, I'm not sure if I didn't hear Renee, so I don't know if she did an introduction. So let me just quickly introduce myself before we jump in. My name is William Gallagher. I am coming to you live today from the Market Traders Institute here in Orlando, Florida. A little bit about my background. I have been trading in these markets since about 1998. Mostly in the stock market, mostly in stocks and options, but it's about 4 years ago now, I was in a webinar just like you are here today, one of Market Traders Institute's webinars. I then became interested in the Forex market. I actually took the initiative. I actually have gone through the education I'm about to show you here today. So one of the things I want to explain to everybody is that everything I'm showing you here today I learned through Market Traders Institute. And that's one of the things I also want to point out is that even though I did know about the Forex market, what I didn't quite understand was the potential of the Forex market. So like I said, I've gone through the full education. And then Market Traders Institute, they started asking me to start doing presentations like this to help get new people up to speed very quickly in this market. So before we pull up our charts, let me just quickly introduce those of you that are not familiar with who Market Traders Institute is. This building you see on your screen, this is actually our building. I'm broadcasting live out of this building here today. We are located in Orlando, Florida. We're about 20 minutes or so north of Walt Disney World. The reason I want to point out about this building is that we actually have students come to our building on a daily basis. They come here, they get trained live in person in our classrooms. For those of you that can't make a trip to Central Florida, don't worry. You can learn how to do all this right from the comfort of your own home. Now, next month, we will be celebrating our 23rd anniversary. And we are getting some accolades here. Trader Planet nominated us as one of the best trading educations. Florida Trend Magazine, I think in both 2015 and 16, ranked one of the best companies to work for. More importantly, Inc. 5000. We're part of the Inc. magazine. Ranked us in 2015. Hold on one second. 2015 Market Traders Institute was ranked 1,180. Last year we were ranked 592. We're hoping to break into the Inc. 500 this year. A little bit more notoriety. Some of you might recognize this gentleman on your screen, Kevin Harrington. He was one of the original sharks from the TV show Shark Tank. He saw what we're doing here. He liked what we have here. He wanted to become a partner with us. So he's actually a partner with us with what we call our Trade Like a Shark program. So the neat thing about Kevin is he comes to our building every couple weeks, but next month we actually are going to be having our 23rd anniversary event here in Orlando, Florida. Kevin Harrington, Les Brown, a lot of speakers will be coming here to be a part of that event as well. So now we've just gotten all the details out of the way of who I am, a little bit about Market Traders Institute. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to ask those of you in the room, what is your experience in trading the Forex market? So if you can quickly look at the screen here, if you are brand new to the Forex market, please type the number 1 in the chat box. I don't want to spend a lot of time going over everything if nobody is brand new, so kind of give me an idea of what your experience is. If you're brand new, you don't even know what the Forex market is, go ahead and type 1 into the chat box. Number 2, if you have a little bit of experience, maybe you've been to a workshop or two, maybe you're even trading in a demo practice account, go ahead and type the number 2 in. And number 3 is for my experienced traders, those of you that may even be trading live in a live account here. So yeah, so like I usually see here, I got a lot of 1s here. Linda, James, Pat, Clinton, Jim, Cheryl. Yeah, I have one number 3. I think Dawn, I think you are the, oh, I'm sorry, that's Niels. Niels is the number 3. I got a bunch of these days here, but looks like Dawn and Chris and David, you're my number 2s here. I got a couple other 2s. I just got a bunch of names coming in here. So yeah, so don't worry. Probably about 90% of you here are number 1s here. Don't worry. I'm going to take you a minute here to get the speed before we actually jump into the market. I want to show everybody that the trading strategy I'm about to show you, you don't have to know a lot of analysis. We'll teach you all the analysis, but it's going to be a very simple trading strategy. So what I want to do is I want to get everybody up to speed. I'm going to start by explaining to you what we're doing in the Forex market. What are we doing when we're trading Forex currencies? What are pips and why do you want them? But more importantly, like I said, as part of my Quick Start Forex program, I'm going to show you how you can actually get started trading in this market here today. So let me just take a quick minute, get all the new people up to speed here. Let me explain to you what the Forex market is. The Forex market, it is the largest financial market. There's over $5 trillion that is daily traded in this market. So imagine just getting a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of that. That's all we're trying to do in this market. It's also a very flexible market. That ties into the trading strategy I'm about to show you here today. There are 3 major trading sessions that happen in this market. You have the Asian session, you have the London session, and the New York US session. The reason I want to point this out is that these sessions, they overlap. So what that means is you can actually trade the Forex market 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, from Sunday 5 p.m. Eastern Time to Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So for those of you, maybe you work a full-time job, maybe you're looking just to tip your toe into the water here to get started, you can literally trade the Forex market around the clock. One more thing I also want to point out is that the neat thing about the Forex market is that it allows you to focus. If you're a stock trader like me, you already know there's thousands and thousands of stocks you can watch and trade. So the neat thing about the Forex market, there's only about 60 different currency pairs to trade. And because MTI has about 23 years of experience in trading in this market, not only will we teach you the secrets to trading them, but I'm also going to show you 6 currency pairs to focus on here today. So very simple, very easy in this market. Now what I want to do before we get started, before I pull up my charts, let me explain to you what we're going to be looking at when I pull up my charts. This is going to be what your chart's going to look like. What we're doing in this market is we are trading one country's currency against another. They are currency pairs. When you look in the upper left-hand corner of my chart, you're going to see the name of the currency pair. In this case here on this chart, this is the Great British Pound, GBP, US dollar, USD. So in essence, what we're doing on this chart is we are trading the Great British Pound versus the US dollar in an attempt to figure out which one's going to gain in value against the other. Now, I actually already had a couple of you already asking, what are these rectangles? For those of you who have never seen a candlestick chart, that's what you're looking at. These rectangles are called Japanese candlesticks. I'm not going to go into a lot of time explaining what these are, but let me just explain to you what they do. These Japanese candlesticks, they represent what the market has done in whatever time frame you select on your chart. So what I want to do is I want everybody to look back in the upper left-hand corner again. next to the name of the currency pair, you can see that this is a 1 hour chart. The charts I'm going to show you today, they're going to be on a 1 hour time frame. All you need to know if you're taking notes today is that each one of these candlesticks is going to represent what the market has done in 1 hour time frame. And if you're taking notes, I want you to write this down. The white candlesticks are called bullish candlesticks. They mean the market went up during that hour time frame. The dark blue candlesticks are called bearish candlesticks. They mean the market went down during that 1 hour time frame. So that's all you really need to know here today. But one more thing that we teach our students how to use what are called candlestick formations. These candlesticks will form what are called candlestick formations, and we look at them to be sign language in the market. Now, once again, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about this here today. There is an automated feature in our charts that will show you how to do all this here, but to point out a couple here, this one down here in the bottom left-hand corner, this is called a Morningstar candlestick formation. This is telling the trader, this is saying, hey Jerry, hey Rick, hey Ari, Cheryl, look for this market to U-turn and go upward in a bullish movement. This candlestick formation right here is called an evening star candlestick formation. This is saying, hey Dawn, hey Ravik, Clinton, look for this market to U-turn and go downward in a bearish movement. So I'm not going to go a lot of time today explaining these, but we will teach you and show you how to identify these, and I'll show you when I pull up my charts that the charts can actually point these out for you. One more quick thing we need to know before we go into the charts. You need to know what a PIP is. Now, PIP, it's an acronym. It stands for price interest point. So let me just very quickly break this down in the simplest of terms. I'm sure most of you here in the room today, probably most if not all the, almost 200 of you here in the room, you probably already know that there are 100 pennies in a US dollar. And a penny, it represents 1/100th of a US dollar. If we were looking for a unit of measure that is smaller than a penny, it would be the equivalent to what is called a PIP. Now, just as there are 100 pennies in a US dollar, there are 100 pips in a penny. So if we're looking at this number right here, the 2 decimal points past the decimal point here, these are your pennies. These next 2 here are going to be your pips. In fact, this one here is the units right there for the pip. So just as a penny represents 1/100th of a dollar, a pip represents 1/100th of a penny here. Now, how much are these pips going to be worth? This is going to be determined how much you invest into your trading account and what are called lot sizes here. Now, we utilize leverage in the Forex market. This leverage is going to be provided by your broker, and it's going to allow you to place the trades and to generate a leveraged return on the pip. So let me just quickly explain to you the 3 major lot sizes here. You can start off trading what's called a micro lot. Micro lot is about a $20 investment per trade. Your broker is going to borrow this investment size. It's going to allow you to place the trade and to generate the pips. Now in this case right here, each pip that you capture with a micro lot is going to be worth 10 cents here. So I'm going to show you I'm going to teach you a trading strategy here today where we're going to be looking to go after 50 pips per currency pair per day. If we capture that 50 pips, you're going to generate a profit of about $5 per currency pair per day. If you're trading with a mini lot is about a $200 investment per trade. Each pip's going to be worth about $1 now. So those 50 pips now are going to be worth about $50 in profit. Now we also have what's called a standard lot. Standard lot is the standard by which most traders strive to achieve in this market. A standard lot is about a $2,000 investment from your trading account. Each pip is going to be worth now about $10. So those 50 pips now are going to be worth about $500 in profit. Now, I know there's some of you here in the room, you might be saying, well, William, I can't trade at a standard lot account level. Don't worry. I'm going to show you how to set up a demo account here today where you can actually start trading, practicing in this market without investing any of your own money. You can practice doing this in a demo trading account. Then when you're comfortable, start off trading. Maybe you start off trading in a micro lot account or maybe a mini lot account. You determine what you're comfortable with. But the neat thing about this is that as your confidence level builds, as your account level builds, you'll get to a point. Maybe you start trading it from a micro lot to a mini, and then a mini to a standard lot, just like that here. We'll take you by the hand. We can teach you and show you how to do that. So now we have all the basics down. Now that we have all the basics in your back pocket, what I want to do now is let's start talking about the trading strategy I'm about to show you. Now the trading strategy I'm about to show you here today, it was created by the gentleman you see on your screen. Some of you may have already heard of him before. His name is Joshua Martinez. He created the London Daybreak trading strategy. The reason I want to talk about this is because he has trained thousands of Forex investors. He started off trading in his account with a $500 deposit. He took that $500 using the same trading style strategy I'm about to show you here today, and he generated $39,000 in profit from it. So a little bit about here. In fact, I really need to update this because Josh has actually done a lot better than this. This is from MyFX book. This is trading account here. I apologize, I haven't updated it for a while here, but yeah, he's already, I think last year he captured over 38,000 pips in his trading account. So as you can see here, this is his trading account from last year. I really need to update this for you, but for those of you that are interested, I could probably send this out, an updated version of this after the webinar here today. But what I'm going to do is let's go ahead. I want to get started here. We only have a limited amount of time, so what I want to show everybody right now is let's pull up the charts and let me show you what is called the London Daybreak trading strategy. I'm going to show you a very simple trading strategy to get started. Then I'll pull my charts up, show you how I manually analyze the market, and I will show you that trade opportunity that I'm looking at and why I'm looking at it. So if you're taking notes, and one of the things I also want to explain to everybody here is that everything I'm showing you here today, in fact, let me back this up one more slide here. I actually failed to explain this here. As part of this demo here, this demo I'm about to show you here for the charting software, you will get a video from Josh Martinez where he's going to go into much greater detail about this trading strategy. So it'd be great to take notes throughout. If not, he'll be able to go over this in much greater detail. Unfortunately, in the 45 minutes or so I have today, I don't have a lot of time to go into a lot of the details, but you will get a video from him on this, and you'll get instructions, a little bit more detail on this. So for the London Daybreak trading strategy, these are the 6 currency pairs we are going to utilize. The Great British Pound Canadian Dollar, the Great British Pound US Dollar, Great British Pound Japanese Yen, Great British Pound Swiss Franc, Great British Pound New Zealand Dollar, the Kiwi, and the Great British Pound Australian Dollar, the Aussie here. Now, each currency pair, as I just alluded to a minute ago, we're going to be looking to go after a minimum of 50 pips per currency pair per day. In that video that Josh is going to send out to you, I believe he shows you how to go for more than this. I'm going to show you how to get onto first base here today. Just simply go after 50 pips per currency pair per day with a very simple strategy. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pull up my charts, and I'll come back. I promise you I'll come back to this trade opportunity I'm looking at. But let's go ahead. Now what I want to do is you should see 6 charts appear on your screen. If everybody could just go ahead, type in me or type in yes when you do in fact see the charts on your screen. I'll make sure everybody has the charts on your screen before we actually get started here. And Ari says here, how can I get a training account? Ari, I'll explain that here after I pull up the analysis here. So everybody just go ahead, let me know. Thank you for that, Eric, William, Michael, Noah, Alexander, James. Great. I appreciate everybody letting me know that we have this on the screen. Niels, David, Paul. So as I told you, these are the 6 currency pairs. Once again, the Great British Pound Australian Dollar in the upper left-hand corner, the Great British Pound Canadian Dollar, the Great British Pound Swiss Franc, Great British Pound Japanese Yen, Great British Pound New Zealand Dollar, and the Great British Pound US Dollar. As you can see here, each one of these charts is on a 1-hour time frame. So just want to get all the details down here. And one of the things, in fact, actually somebody just asked me here about these blocks at the top of the screen. I was going to get to these later here, but the neat thing about our charting software here, these are called workspaces. As you can see here, I have a workspace created for all these different currency pairs. I have one here for my London Daybreak trading strategy as well, and I do believe as part of the trial here, I do believe Josh will actually give you a workspace here that you can actually start off using the same charts I got here. If not, it's very easy to set up charts on the screen here. So, but what I want to do is let's go ahead, let's jump in right now. And I'm actually going to demonstrate this for you here on the Great British Pound Australian Dollar. And I can demonstrate it on any of them, but we'll just go ahead, we'll do it on this one here today. It's provided some very nice setups here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this down. Yeah, somebody was just, Derek was just asking, should we be taking notes? Yeah, this is, you'll get all the details from Josh on this in that video, but yeah, if you want to take some notes, this is a good place to start taking some notes. So let's go over the strategy here, just like this. Okay, so here's what we're going to be looking for as part of this trading strategy. We're going to be looking for the initial high or low for the day on each one of these currency pairs. We're looking for this to occur between 2 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time and 5 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. So what we're going to be looking for is the market to either pull back and form its low for the day during this time period and then rally up, or we're going to look for it to rally up, form its high for the day, and then to pull back here. Now the reason for this, as I told you a couple minutes ago, there are three major trading sessions that happen in this market. You have the Asian session, the London session, and the US session. What is happening right here is you have the close of the Asian session and the opening of the London session. They're overlapping right here. So we're looking for this directional movement, either for it to rally up or for it to pull back and go down. So you might want to take notes there. We're looking for the initial high or low between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. Eastern time. Now we're going to be looking for the opposite, high or low for the day. And we're going to be looking for this in between 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern time and 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. So the reason for this is because you have the close of the London session and you have the opening of the US session here. So yeah, what we're looking for ultimately is this directional movement between this time period, either going up or going down. So we're going to start off by finding the initial low, and I'm going to show you a trading strategy that's going to help us to give us an educated opinion as to which way we believe it's going to go. Now on each one of these 6 currency pairs, we have found that they have what's called an average daily trading range. Now this average daily trading range on each one of these currency pairs is, on the low end, oops, hold on one second, there we go. Okay, so average daily trading range is anywhere from, on the low end, 50 pips to over 200 pips. What that means is that we're looking for directional movement of a minimum of 50 pips. Sometimes it goes over 200 pips during that time period. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you my basic trading strategy here. The Cliff Notes version of the London Daybreak strategy to show you how to go after the 50 pips here, a minimum of 50 pips. Now, for those of you, I saw a couple of you here saying you just got into the webinar here. Some of you might be saying, well, what's a pip? It's price interest point. I'm not going to go into a lot of the details about that. Josh will go into the video. He can probably explain a lot of that for you here. But to kind of give you an idea, once again, of how much those pips are going to be worth, if you're trading that micro lot account at 10 cents per pip, you're going to be looking to generate $5 per currency pair per day in profit. Your mini lot, my mini lot traders, you're going to be looking to generate about $50 in profit per currency pair per day at $1 per pip. And my standard lot traders are going to be looking to go after 50 pips will be worth about $500 per currency pair per day. So I just want to go ahead. You might want to do a screenshot of this, quickly write this down. If not, like I said, you will get a video from Josh explaining this in detail here. So it looks like we're still doing pretty good on time. What I want to do is, if everybody has this written down, let's go ahead, let's go down into the charts, and let me explain to you what we're looking for here. Now I'll kind of give you an example and show you how this actually works. So let's go ahead, let's pull this down. There we go. Now, as I said, we're going to start off looking for the beginning of the directional movement. I've already come in here, and I've already set this up showing you the directional movement during that time period here. Yeah, somebody just asked what this is. Yeah, this is, for those of you that just joined, this is the London Day Break Strategy. And what we're doing is we're trading in strategy, and we're trading in the Forex market. This is the foreign currency exchange here. So I just want to give everybody an idea what this is here. So what we're looking for is that initial directional movement. So you can see right here, I click on this one right here, we have this directional movement rallying up right there. In this case right here, that was directional movement. If you look in the upper left-hand corner of my screen, 209 pips right there during that time period. Now you have this one right here, this one came down, and this one was 78 pips of directional movement during that time period. This next one right here, there was 59 pips there, or if we take it the whole way down, and end up with a directional movement of about 157 pips, just like that. This one's a little bit smaller. That one was a little bit smaller. That was 44 pips. This one here was either 78, or as you can see, it rallied the whole way up here, 157. This one right here was about 48. Not as big on that one. This one pulled back about 67, and this one right here, I believe, is about, we'll say about 58 pips on that one. Oh, here's one more. I forgot about this one here. Where's, It's about 37. So yeah, so not all of them, unfortunately, this isn't a bulletproof strategy. Some of them aren't just going to hit those 50, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you the trading strategy here today. The neat thing about this is that Josh will go into much greater detail showing you all this. I'm kind of set you up with the trading strategy here, and Josh is going to help set you up here. Yeah, a couple of you asking some good questions here. A lot of you are here asking some good questions here. So let's go ahead, let's bring this to where we're actually going to start the strategy here. Now, yeah, some of you are asking, why is this happening here? In fact, here says here, some of you talking about reports on the currency. Why is this happening? I'm going to go into the details about this, but let me quickly explain to you what's happening here. Actually, Les says here, is the Asian session not worth trading? Les, I actually have my own personal strategy actually using the Asian session as well. I'm showing you how you can use this during the London session, but yeah, if you might be able to develop one that works during the Asian session, but this is the one that Josh created. He found these patterns in the London session, so I'm going to kind of give you a sneak preview of this, kind of give you my Cliff Notes version of how I trade this, and he can go in and show you a little bit more here. Now the reason, yeah, some of you are asking, why is this happening? As I said, those 3 sessions happen. The European session, it opens around 2 o'clock, and by 5 o'clock, it's up and going. Now what's been said is that during that European market, what's happening is that they're processing the largest bulk of the Forex transactions. So what happens during this period, those banks are processing their orders, and then this produces a huge injection of volume, and it helps produce this directional movement. So what I want to do is I want to teach you a quick strategy here to help take advantage of that directional movement here. So let's go ahead, let's zoom in here, and I'm going to zoom in right here. We're going to start right here. This is going back just a couple days ago. And let's zoom in here nice and tight so everybody can see this. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to base this London daybreak trading strategy. This is the next step you need to know. It's going to be based off of the close of the 3 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time candle. What that means is that the close of this candle is where we're going to start the trading strategy here. So some of you already typed in, so what we're saying is 4 o'clock. Essentially at 4 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time is when the trading strategy starts. Now, the neat thing about this is that before this here, we're going to teach you some strategies to help to determine whether you want to take these trades or not. But I'm going to set you up with the basics here, and like I said in that video, Josh will go over some of the details saying, hey, this might not be a trading day. There might be some other things coming up here as to why you may or may not want to take this trade. So I'm going to zoom in right now so everybody can see this. Let's zoom in just like this here. So just like this. So there we go. There's a 3 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. So here's the start of the strategy. We're going to come in here and we're going to set up 2 pending orders. One pending order is going to go 10 pips above this high. So that's 6132. We're going to set this at 6142. In fact, let me zoom in. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more on this one here. Let's zoom in here a little bit more. And what this order is going to be, this is going to be a entry buy order. Now our entry buy, I'll type this out, I'll go nice and slow, is going to be 10 pips above the high of that 3 a.m. candle here. So somebody just actually asked here, yeah, Anthony just asked, are we talking about the candlestick wick? Let me go ahead and be a little more specific about my candles. These candlesticks have what are called wicks. This part right there, that's the high point. So we start 10 pips above that high, and this is going to be our entry buy. Now we're also going to have right here, so we got the next trade is going to be 5 pips below the low. It's going to be an entry sell. So 6107, and we're going to set this at 6102. This is going to be our entry sell. It's going to be another pending order. Now this entry sell is going to be 5 pips below the low. Now both these are pending orders. We're not in the market until this gets triggered. In fact, actually here, hold on one second here. Hold on one second. I forgot to explain one thing. As an educated trader, before we start getting trading here, there are 3 basic questions we need to answer. Number 1, hold on one second here. There we go. Number 1, we have to determine which direction is the market going. We have to develop an educated opinion as to whether we believe it's going up or it's going down. Number 2, we determine where and why to get into the market. And number 3, where and why to get out. So the strategy I'm going to show you here is a very simple strategy. It's going to answer each one of these here. Each one of these here is going to answer these 3 questions. Then I'm going to come back and show you some manual analysis here. So yeah, Paul says here is the candle before, not the high. Yeah, this would be a higher. So let me. Did everybody get that written down? We're going to answer those. You know what? Let me quickly type that back out. I apologize for that. Here's number 1. Which direction is the market going? Number 2, where and why to get in. And then number 3, where and why to get out. So right now, we're going to be able to answer 2 of these 3 questions. Which direction is the market going? It's going to determine which one of these entry buys gets triggered here. One of these gets triggered here. Next one, where and why to get in. When we get triggered, that's going to be our entry into these here. Now to answer Paul's here, like I said, we base this off the 3 a.m. candle. So in this case here, the 2 o'clock a.m. candle, yes, it was higher. Sometimes the 3 o'clock is going to be higher. It just depends. But we're basing this off of the 3 o'clock a.m. candle. So that was a good question, Paul, just like that here. So, and some of you asked this, yeah, some of you are asking here questions, why 10 pips above, 5 pips below? I believe Josh answers those in his video he's going to send you. I'm not going to go a lot of time answering these here. I just want to kind of give you the basics here. So let's go ahead, let's get started here. We have our entry, buy, entry, sell, pending orders. Let's see what's going to happen here. So 1 hour later, 2 hours later, the market comes down here and triggers that entry sell. Our entry sell, this now is a market sell, meaning that we are now in the market. And what has happened here is that we have developed that educated opinion where we believe that that directional movement is going to be going down. So we are going to be selling the market. I know some of you might be saying, well, how do we sell the market? It's called shorting the market. We'll teach you and show you how to do this. So we're now in that market sell. The first order of business is to come in here and cancel this opposite order because we're not looking to buy the market, we're looking to sell. So we're going to cancel that entry buy. Now the next order of business is to come in here and set a stop loss. We have to protect ourselves to make sure that the market, if the market goes against us, that we are not going to take huge losses. So our stop loss, and this is if you're taking notes, is going to go 5 pips above the high of that 3 a.m. candle. So 61.32, we're set this at 61.37 right there. And I'll type this out. I'll type it out for everybody here. Stop loss, and this is a little bit different here. When selling the market is going to equal plus 5 pips above the high. Now it's going to be a little bit different when we're buying into the market here, just like that here, just like that. Let's see here. David's asking how wide are the candles. David, these are all going to be on a 1 hour chart. Thank you for that question here. And Ari's asking why won't you tell time? I don't have time to figure out the GMT time on this here. I apologize for that here, just like that. So we now have our entry. We have our stop loss set. So in this case right here on this trade, if the market goes against us, I'm taking out my measuring tool here. If the market goes against us, we are risking 34 pips on this trade. So here's the neat thing about this. As I told you here, we're looking to go after one of 2 things as far as our target here. Here's our target here. So let me move this over here. I'll move this over here. Our target, which is also known as our exit, or our limit, is going to be one of 2 different things. It's either going to be a 1-to-1 risk ratio, or 2, a minimum of plus 50 pips. So in this case here, on this trade, we would be risking 34 pips, so we would be going after a minimum of 50. So we come in here and we're going to measure, sorry about that. We come down here and we measure out 50 pips. There we go. So we come down here, measure out 50 pips. So our exit's going to be right about there, 1.6052. So there's our exit. And we're going after that minimum of 50 pips just like that here. Yeah, Tim just brings up a good question. Tim says, do you ever use trailing stops? I think Josh shows you how to do that because the neat thing about this is that as the market starts going down here, Tim, we can move our stop loss up to lock in those profits. I'm just showing the basic strategy here, but yeah, we definitely teach that on how to set a trailing stop to go after more than those 50 pips. But so we have, let me just go ahead, I'm running out of time, my friend. So we have our entry, our stop loss, and our target is set. So we've answered each one of those 3 questions here. Let's see what ends up happening on this trade. 1 hour later, 2 hours later, 3, 4, and it kind of touches it right there, but bam, right there. So within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours later, the market does in fact come down, triggers our exit. So in this case right here, we did capture those 50 pips. Now, if you're trading with a mini lot on that trade, once again, those 50 pips will be worth about $50 in profit. At a standard lot, you're looking at about $500 in profit on that one right there, so not too bad. So that was what? This was on the 15th. This was just a couple days ago on that one trade right there. So the neat thing about this is that we would then go ahead, we're out of that trade, we're ready to move forward. Or like I said, if we wanted to, and I think Josh teaches you how to do this, we can move that trail, that stop up to lock in some of these profits as we're going along. So let's go ahead, let's move quickly forward here. I'm going to delete all this. Just like this here, and then I'll show you another example, and then we'll go in, I'll show you how to manually analyze this market, how I manually analyze it. So let's go ahead, let's move this forward quickly, as I want to quickly show you another example. You can see right here how that market, it pulled back. Look at this, it ended up pulling back. Where did we get in, like right around here? There actually ended up being about 178 pips of movement on that trade. We'll teach you and show you how to do that. So let's go ahead, let's move it forward to the next candle. Where are we at? 12 o'clock, 1, 2, and there we go. Here's the next 3 o'clock candle, and this is on the 16th. It was just a couple days ago. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the exact same thing. I'll quickly go through this. There's our 3 o'clock a.m. candle. At the close of that, we come in here and we set 2 pending orders. We're set 1 pending order, 10 pips above this high. So in this case here, 59.64. We'll set this at 59.74. That's going to be our entry buy. Entry buy. Once again, it's just a pending order plus 10 pips above the high. And I'll just go ahead and I'll type out for the entry sell. Entry sell is going to equal minus 5 pips below the low. So I'll come in, I'll draw that in here for you. So there's our low, and where you are using that candlestick wick, so 59.01, we're going to set this at 96 right there. So we have our entry buy, entry sell. Let's see what ends up happening here. 1 hour later, 2 hours later, 3 hours later, 4, 5, bam, we get triggered in right there. That entry buy just became our market buy. What that means, once again, giving us that educated opinion where we believe the directional movement is going to be going bullish. Just like that there. So we are now in that trade right there in that market buy. First order of business to come in here and close out or cancel this opposite trade because we don't look to sell, the market will look to buy. Next order of business is to come in, I'm going to go a little bit quicker here, but I will type this out for everybody, is to set our stop loss. Now it's a little bit different here. Oops. A little bit different here when buying the market. Our stop loss is actually going to go right there at the low of that 3 a.m. candle. I'll type that out. Stop loss when selling the market is going to equal at the low, just like that. So our stop loss will go right there at the low. So we've answered question number 1, which direction do we believe the market's going? We believe the market's going to be going bullish. We have our stop loss set right here. Now in this case right here, if I pull out my tool here, and I measure this, on this trade right here, if you look in the upper left-hand corner of my screen, we would be risking about 74 pips on this trade. So if we remember our target to exit this trade which is our exit, or as I said, our limit, is going to be one of two different things. It's either going to be a 1-to-1 risk ratio or a minimum plus 50 pips. So in this case here, we were risking, what did I say, 74. So we would then set our target at 74. So it would be right about there. So 6049. 6049, which is right there, bam. So as you can see, within that hour, the market triggered our market buy, and we have already been out of that trade within that hour, capturing 74 pips on that one. So in this case of this trade, 74 pips on that one. I already had the pips out. So on that trade, if you were trading with a mini lot account at $1 per pip, $74 in profit in about 1 hour. Standard lot, that would equal about $740 in profit. So it depends. Yeah, I keep saying about on this because it depends on what your broker, what they determine is going to be, that sort of thing. So I just want to kind of give you an idea. We're using about numbers here, just give you an idea. So not too bad, just 2 trades right there. 50 pips and 74 pips. There would have been, what, about 124 pips just off of those 2 trades. And I didn't even count in all these other trades that we could have taken along to get up to that point right there. So one neat thing about all this, my friends, is that you can do this on each one of these 6 currency pairs. You have the pound Australian dollar, which I showed this to you on, the pound Canadian, the pound Swiss franc, the pound Japanese yen, the pound New Zealand dollar, the Kiwi, and the pound US dollar here. So if you want to take a screenshot of this, or as I mentioned before, as part of this today, you will get a video from Josh. I'm kind of giving you a Cliff Notes version of it. In fact, actually, Chris just asked a question here, why 3 a.m.? Chris, I believe in this video from Josh, I believe he's going to answer that for you here. In fact, I can show you here some of the analysis he does. Let me see if I can quickly bring it here. You can see here he goes in, oops, sorry about that. Let me close that down. You can see here he'll go into much greater detail explaining all this in this video you'll get from him on that here. So what I'm going to do is I showed you here the London daybreak trading strategy. 50 pips per currency per day is what we're going after. In that video, Josh will go into more detail. He'll explain to you. Maybe there's some days you might or may not want to take this. But the neat thing about this is that gives you 5 times a week on each one of these currency pairs, or 30 trade opportunities each and every week to take advantage of this here. Now, the thing I have to ask everybody before we go into the manual analysis is that how many of you think that you'd be able to get at least 1 or 2 of these each and every week out of all these trade opportunities? So as I said before, the neat thing about all this is that Josh is actually going to give you a video here that's going to go into the details about this, saying hey, maybe this day we'll take it. Maybe this is a reason why we might not want to take this as well. So that's the London daybreak trading strategy, my friends. You're going to get the video and explaining this in much greater detail from Josh. But what I'm going to do right now is I told you, as part of this charting software trial, you're actually going to get everything I'm showing you here today. You're going to get that charting software that has an exclusive auto Fibonacci tool, auto trendline tool, King's Crown tool. All this is built right in. It's going to even show you how you can email and text you trade alerts, and you can trade directly from the chart. So what I'm going to do right now is I want to teach everybody a very simple trading strategy. Let's go back in right now. I'm going to pull back my charts, pull up my charts again. And what was this on? The Aussie US dollar. So let's go back here to the Aussie US dollar, and let's click on this here. Yeah, some of you that may have just joined us here, what I'm showing you here, this is our ultimate charting software. This is a software where you're going to get a trial today for about the cost of a pack of gum that you can try all this out. As I've mentioned before, I consider this part of my Quick Start Forex program, where if you've had any interest, or throughout this webinar today, if you've had interest or develop interest in trading the Forex market, you get all this here today to take for a test on your own. And at the end of the webinar here, I'll show you how you can set up a demo account so you can actually practice doing this before you actually invest into a trading account. So what I pulled up here on my screen, this is a trade opportunity that I'm looking at. This is on the Australian US dollar. You can see the upper left-hand corner of my screen. This is on a 1 hour time frame. It just happens to be, I'm showing this on a 1 hour, very similar to the London daybreak. Some of you have been asking about different time frames. The London daybreak, we do that on the 1 hour. I personally, when I do manual analysis like this, I like to trade on a 1 hour, a 2 hour, or a 4 hour time frame to actually do my trades on this here. So let's go ahead, let's go in here, and let me pull this down just a little bit. Let me show you what I'm looking at here. This is a trade opportunity I'm looking at. I'm looking when the market opens tomorrow for this possibly to bounce off this line. I'm going to be looking for a buying opportunity. I'm going to look to buy probably right where this circle is. I'm going to look to exit right here. So what I want to do is I'll explain to everybody the analysis of why I'm looking to take this trade. So let's delete all this. I'm going to delete all this, and let's go back to the basics like I just showed you here on the London Daybreak trading strategy. Let's start off right now with the 3 questions once again. Number 1, which direction is the market going? So I'm going to show you how to manually give yourself an educated opinion on which direction the market's going. Number 2, where and why to get into a trade. And number 3, where and why to get out. So I started off by showing everybody the London Daybreak trading strategy. It shows you very easily how to answer through these questions, but you're also going to get a little bit of an education on showing you how to answer these 3 questions as well. So let's go in here right now. Let's answer question number 1. Which direction is the market going? To answer that question, we're going to utilize what's called a trend line. Now, for those of you who are brand new, let me quickly explain to you what a trend line is. I can come in here to the top of this point right there and come down just like this, just like that. Actually, it's probably just like that. And I can draw a trend line. Now, the neat thing about this trend line is this can help us to take some of the fear out of the market. Above this trend line is what we refer to as the buy zone. Below this trend line is the sell zone. So very simply, when we are below this trend line, we are looking to sell the market. When it breaks above this trend line, we are looking to buy the market. So very simply, that helps us to answer question number 1. Where are we? Are we in the buy zone or the sell zone? Now, I just showed you here very quickly how to draw a manual trend line. Let me delete that. Let me show you here. For those of you, we'll teach and show you how to do this, but the neat thing about this is built into our charting platform, we have a smart trend line tool. Here's all I need to do. I just need to come up here to the beginning of this new trend, and bam, it quickly and accurately and automatically draws that trend line. So as you can see here, if we were to extend this trend line, what happened right here is we had a breakout. Does everybody see that, how the market broke above that trend line into the buy zone right there? So the neat thing about it is that we have that educated opinion. Which direction is the market going? Our trend line helped us to determine that we are in the buy zone. So that answers question number 1. We're looking for a buying opportunity. Now, we can't, well actually I can't say we can't. As an educated trader, we're not simply just going to jump into this trade buying right where it is right here. So let's delete some of this here. Let's delete this. And we actually could. In fact, actually, as part of our charting software here, if we literally wanted to just jump right into this trade, we can teach and show you how to set your trading account up so you can actually trade live right from the charts. Watch this. I'm going to move this over here just a little bit. If we wanted to, let's say we wanted to place a market buy right here, I simply right-click and go to buy. And let's say we want to do a market buy, and we can have this linked up to your trading account where we can come in here, you set your stops, limits, everything right there, you hit OK, and bam, you're in that trade. But one, the market's not open right now, so I just wanted to go ahead here. So yeah, so some of you have some questions about this. Yeah, I'm teaching just the basics right here, kind of giving you some basic analysis. There's other factors we can teach you about this, but I'm just showing you why I'm looking at this trade right here. So there we go. So let's go ahead and answer question number 1. We're in the buy zone. Now to answer question number 2, where and why to get in, let's pull this down a little bit here. Let me explain to everybody here what happens in this market is that the market is going to move in waves. Just like, we can draw it just like that. So what we have found is that the market tends to move as it's going upward in an upward A, B, C, D movement, just like that here. Now, I'm not going to go into a lot of details about this, but when we identify this A to be boundary, we can come in here and we can use a tool. that's built into charting software. It's called the Fibonacci Tool. I'm not going to go into a lot of details, explain what the Fibonacci Tool is, but we have it built right into our charting platform. We spread the Fibonacci Tool between that A and B boundary, just like that. Now, very quickly here, what we have found is that the market, in between this A and B boundary, there is a high probability of a pullback, or what we refer to as a retracement. Some of you just asked, what are these lines? These colored lines in between the A and B boundary are called retracement lines. What we're looking for is the market to pull back, and these are hidden levels of support in the market that we've determined, and form this C point. I'll show you here in just a second how we can help to predict this C point. When we identify this C point, if we were to buy into the market after this U-turn, after this C point U-turn, what this is telling us is to hold our position. In this case right here, if the C point is at a red retracement pullback, we've color coordinated this like a buddy system, then our D point, we're going to be looking for our D point at the red extension. The market's going to retrace and then extend, A, B, C, D. So if we buy after this C point U-turn at a red retracement, we would look to exit at the red extension, like a buddy system, red to red. If the C point is determined at the blue retracement level, and we buy into the market after that U-turn, we would exit, our D point would be at the blue extension, blue to blue. I'm sure most of you can probably already guess if the market were to pull back to the green retracement level and U-turn, and we buy into the market after that U-turn, we would hold our position and exit at the green extension, green to green. Now the same thing happens when the market's going up, A, B, C, D. Same thing happens when the market's going down, just like this. In fact, I can move this over here, A, B, move that over, B, and C, and D, just like that. So A, B, C, D up, A, B, C, D down. Now I'm kind of going through this here because we're running out of time, but the neat thing about all this Fibonacci tool, it's built into our charting platform. You'll get to play around with this. You'll actually get video lessons on how to use this, but for all intents and purposes for this lesson here, let's come back down here. We have what's called our auto Fibonacci tool. That's built right into the charting platform. It's part of our smart tools. They're built into the charting platform. We have that smart trend line. We have a smart Fibonacci tool, smart support and resistance. All of these are built right in here. So we just simply click on that smart Fibonacci tool, and we don't have to come in here and to determine our A to B boundaries. We don't have to come in here and do that. Here's all we do. We simply come down here to this low point right there and click that smart Fibonacci tool. Now watch this. Bam. Quickly and accurately, it automatically draws those A, B, C, Ds all the way up to the live market. So we don't have to come in here and manually draw all this. There's our first A, B, C, D swing. There's our second A, B, C, D swing, our third A, B, C, D swing, and then it brings us to where the current market is right here. So you can see here it automatically draws my A to B boundary for you. Now here's what we got here. We have A, B. At this point, right here is our C point. There's our C point. Here's the lowest point of retracement. In fact, I'll come in here and I'll draw a line for everybody so everybody can see right about there, right at our 382 level. In fact, let's make this dotted. There we go. There's our pullback. So at this point right here, if we have a C, our C point is at a red level retracement, then we'd be looking to exit this position at the red extension, like a buddy system, red to red. Now, to answer where are we getting into this trade, we missed out when the market pulled back here at our C point here. If we come in here and we draw what's called a counter trend line, we can come in here just like this. Bam. So there's our counter trend line. We had a counter trend line break here. It rallied up, came back, hit this level of support. In fact, I'll type that out for everybody here. That is a level of support. And I can even come in here and draw another line right there. And as you can see here, the market has come up, bounced off this line a couple times. That's a level of resistance. And if we were to come in here and draw another trend line on the opposite side here, you can see, just in fact, let me zoom in so everybody can see what I'm looking at here. You can see here that the market likes to bounce off this line. So ultimately what I'm looking to do for this trade, I'm looking for the market here to come down here, kiss this trend line here, kiss this trend line, and then bounce off of it. I'm going to be looking for the market to bounce off this trend line just like that. Now, I have two options here as far as an entry. I could come in here and draw my counter trend line just like I did right here. I can draw a counter trend line just like this and then wait for the market to break above that trend line. That would be one potential buying opportunity. However, for a little bit more confidence on this trade, I'm going to be looking for the market to break above this level of resistance right here. So ultimately, if I were to take this trade, I'd be looking to buy it when the market comes back, bounces off this level of support. In fact, actually, you know what? Let me show you how to draw that manually with our smart trend line tool. All I do is come down here just like this. Bam. There. That's more accurate just like that. We can extend this. There we go. So there we go. So I'm looking for the market to ultimately bounce off this trend line and then go up. Now, if I buy into the market right there and I exit at that red extension, it's about an 82 pip trade opportunity just like that here. So there really isn't a trade opportunity right this second. Obviously, the market isn't open right now, but when the market opens at 5 o'clock, what I'm going to be looking for is the market to pull back, bounce off this trend line, and then rally up, break this level of resistance, and then just rally up to that exit right there. There's going to be my exit right there. In fact, I'll type that out. And I'll let everybody do a screenshot of this. So here's your first trade opportunity to look at. I'm going to be looking, I'll type this out. I am looking to buy when the market bounces off of the trend line and breaks through resistance level. So there we go. So I've given something to everybody here for my brand new traders. I showed you the London daybreak trading strategy to help get you in very quickly. And I also showed my more advanced traders here a trade opportunity I'm looking at. Now, whether you're brand new or you are experienced, everything I showed you here today as part of this trial you're going to get. You're going to take this charting software. Some of you are asking about this charting software. You're going to get this to take it for a test drive here today. That London daybreak. In fact, let me go through here. Let me explain to everybody what you're going to get here as part of this here. You're going to get that charting software that allows, oh, actually, hold on one second here. I forgot to show everybody. I got enough time here to show one thing here. Somebody was asking earlier about do we have to be sitting in front of our charts here? What if I didn't want to sit in front of my charts here? What if I wanted this charting software here to send me an email, a text message, when it breaks this level of resistance? Watch this. I can right-click on this, add an alert. The charting software will send me an email or it can send me a text message letting me know that the market has, in fact, broken through that level of resistance, and I can come back in here and take a look at my charts here. And you can, if your broker is set up through your smartphone, if you're on the go, you literally place the trade just like that here. So I apologize for not mentioning that here. So you can have this email or text you. As I mentioned before, you can trade directly from the charts. Now, these workspaces, let me get back in here one more second. I forgot some of this stuff here. I'm running out of time. But so those of you that ask about these workspaces here, the neat thing about this is that you can use this charting software maybe on your desktop in your office, or you can use it on your maybe a laptop at home. But these workspaces, you can save them to your computer or to the cloud. You can access these workspaces anywhere that you are. So a lot of neat built-in features here. We also have the ability to do demo trading. We'll teach you how to set up a demo trading account, and we even have auto trading abilities right from the chart as well. So I'm about to run out of time here, but I want to explain to everybody, like I said, everything I showed you here today, you're going to get this for a 14-day trial. You know, the charting software, these video lessons, everything is going to be included as part of this here. So normally, the thing about this is that normally you would have to be a student of Market Traders Institute to get this here. You'd have to be a student through one of our ultimate trading packages, and normally this charting platform here would cost you $249 a month for a subscription. But here's what we're going to do. Because this is part of my Quick Start Forex program and as part of Investor Inspiration here today, we're going to do something very special for everybody. If you found the value in this charting software and you're saying, you know what, William, I want to give this a shot. I want to practice this. I want to see about becoming a Forex trader. Here's what you can do. I'm going to send a link out to everybody into the audience right now. You can literally take this for a 14-day trial for $1. Like I said, just for the cost of a pack of gum. Now, if you decide that this is for you and you want to continue past those 14 days, as part of Investor Inspiration here today, you won't be paying $249 a month. You'll actually get a special here. It's only going to cost you $59 a month for the charting software beyond those 14 days. But I want everybody just to focus on the first 14 days. Get this in your hands here today. Take it for a test drive. I'm going to go through all the details about this, everything you're going to get, but I sent that link out. I'm going to walk you through the process here of actually getting this in your hands. Now, there are going to be 3 free bonuses from Josh Martinez. You're going to get some workspaces from him as well. I'll go into that as well. So let me walk everybody through the process. I only have a couple more minutes left. As part of this here, step number 1 to get started is to click on that link that I just sent out to everybody here in the room. So click on that link. If you're having trouble clicking on the link, let me know and I'll send it out to you personally here. I only have a couple more minutes. I will send that out to you personally. The next thing is to come in here and view the video training lessons for the charting and for the London breakout. What do I mean by that? Let me pull this up here. As part of, actually first step is to click on that link. When you go to this link, right here, activate the 14-day trial. You click on here, enter your information just like that. And what's going to happen is two things are probably going to happen. After you activate your trial, you'll get one email letting you know that you are verified, and I do believe another email is going to go out letting you know all the details regarding your login information. And all the information on here are disclaimers, policies, cancellations on here. I'll try to go through this as well. But that's the first step. Step number 1, click on that link. Some of you said you didn't get the link. Yeah, some of you didn't get the link. Let me send that out. It's coming out to you in the chat box right now. I'm sending that out right to everybody, and I'm also going to send this out to those of you that have been asking for that here. So here comes the link to you guys personally. There we go. Yeah, so Danny's asking, does this include the fee for the charting? So yeah, let me walk everybody through this here with everything you're going to get. That's a good question there, Denny. I appreciate that. So let's go ahead. Let's walk you through the process. Number 1 is to click on that link. You'll get the charting software. Number 2, you're going to get the video lessons. Let me walk you through that. You're going to get video lessons, training lessons, right from Joshua Martinez. We're going to show you how to set up a demo account, how to enter and close out of the market. You're going to get those 3 free workspaces from Joshua Martinez. You're going to get taught on how to use those Fibonacci's. I only kind of gave you a Cliff Notes version of that. You're going to get detailed lessons on that as well. The next lessons, getting started using the settings in the charting. The toolbars will teach you and show you how to use that. How to create your own custom indicators and save those templates I just showed you. The Auto Fibonacci Tool will teach you and give you some tips on how to use that as well. We'll teach you and show you how to link your broker account and create your trading workspaces as well in these video lessons. We'll show you how to back up your work, how to deploy a system, and set up the auto trade. I don't have a lot of time to show you that, but we'll teach you and show you how to auto trade using this, and we'll teach you about all this as well. You'll also, as part of this, in fact, I'll walk you through the steps. You're also going to get to attend a live webinar each and every Friday. I'll go into that here in just a second. So the next step, I'm sorry, the video lesson for the London Daybreak. Thank you for that. Hold on one second. As part of this as well, you'll get this video lesson from Joshua Martinez where you'll actually get a video lesson where he'll go into much greater detail teaching you about the London Daybreak. I unfortunately didn't have enough time to go into all the details, but you'll get that as well. So step number 1 is to click on that link I just sent out. If anybody, if you're having trouble with that link, go ahead and message me and I will send that out. You're going to watch those video training lessons on both the charting and that London Daybreak. You can do that today. Now to set up a trading account, I'm not allowed to recommend a broker. However, I have used Forex.com. Forex.com is my broker. Oanda. Those are some of the ones that our team, our traders, and our students use as well. All you have to do to set up a demo trading account, you can either use our charting platform, or if you want to set one up on your own, do a Google search for demo Forex trading account, and you'll find several as well. You can sign up for a demo account, and we can teach you how to link that to the charting software. Start practicing this today. The market's not open, but you can actually pull up your charts, start going through the lessons, and actually start practicing using the Fibonacci, start using some of these tools I just showed you here today. So you get to try the charting software out for 14 days as part of the $1 special here today. Focus on those 14 days. Get this in your hands on your desktop today. Play around with it. See if this is for you. All your investment today is $1 to decide whether the Forex market is for you or not. Very low risk opportunity. If it's not, you cancel within those 14 days and all you've risked is $1. If you choose to go beyond those 14 days, we'll get you locked in for the special investor inspiration rate for the charting software. And some of you just asked a couple questions here. Some of you just asked here about something here about being a student here. Here's the thing. You don't have to be a student of Market Traders Institute to get this. You don't have to be a student of Market Traders Institute. This is actually exclusive. When I'm showing you that link, you click on that link, you don't have to be a student to get this here today, and you'll get to attend that live training class on Friday. So I'm about to run out of time. Some of you are asking some good questions here. I'm going to try to answer them all here in the last couple of minutes I have. As I'm answering these questions, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up our customer service number here, because I'm probably not going to have enough time to answer everybody's questions, but let me explain to you, you're going to get 14 days to take this software for a trial for $1. If for any reason during these 14 days, if you're unsatisfied, cancel. I'll pull up the numbers here. You can cancel or email us, or I'll show you how to cancel right from the trial as well. So let me pull this up here. You might want to write this down. If I don't answer your question in the remaining couple of minutes I have, send us an email or give us a phone call here. So let's see here. Rich says, how have you been making out with Forex.com? Rich, yeah, at Forex.com, I really have not had any issues. I'm not recommending them, but Forex.com, they've been a very good broker to me. Let's see here. Some of you asking here, yeah, Denny asked before about the fee for the charting signal. The fee for, in fact, let me pull this up. I'll pull the charting software up one more time here. Let me explain to you here. You will get a Forex feed for the charting software. Here's the thing. We also have a stock feed. If you're interested in that, give us a phone call. For probably a little bit more money, for a little bit more of a feed, we can set you up with a stock feed as well. You can do the exact same thing I showed you here with the stock feed as well. Let's see here. Eckhart's asking about receiving the password. Yeah, if you don't have your password, give us a phone call or send us an email. We can reach out to you and get that here as well. Clinton, I do believe it does work with Ameritrade. I believe it works with just about every broker here. I can't promise you that. I don't know exactly every single broker, but I do believe it works with that here. Ryan's asking about the London Daybreak. That's part of this as well, Ryan. Yeah, as part of this here, you'll get the video lessons and all of this as part of the trial. So let me explain to you what's going to happen. When you register for this charting trial, you're going to get a link letting you know that you are already part of this trial. You'll also get another link that gives you your email, your login information, your password. You'll come in here to this portal here. I obviously, since I'm a Market Traders Institute employee, I get access to all of this here. But you'll probably start off right here. And, oops, let me log back in. There we go. And you'll go through the steps here. The London Daybreak is right here, Ryan. So when you actually log in, you'll get the London Daybreak trading strategy as part of this right here. Now, as far as canceling this, if you decide during those 14 days you want to cancel, you just simply click right here. You can cancel this, and as we mentioned before, all the details are on there here. So I'm about to run out of time. Let me just walk everybody through the steps one more time. I have about one more minute here. Let's see here. Yeah, those of you that are asking some good questions, here's what I suggest you do. This is only for today and only for investor inspiration. I'm going to send that link out to everybody here in the chat box. There we go. I just sent that out one last time. Click on that link, or type this link into your browser and you can go onto that here. Yeah, some of you guys, let me send out a quick message here. I see some of you here in the room are asking some good questions. Let me send this right here. Okay, there we go. So let me send that out to you, Jonathan, right there. Yeah, I'm sending, those of you that have typed in that you didn't get access to the link, I'm sending that out right now. There we go. Bam. So I've sent that out to everybody as well. So first up is to click on that link, register for the charting software trial. The next thing is to go through those video lessons on the charting and the London daybreak strategy, set up your trading account. You can do that this weekend, whether it's one of the brokers, Forex.com, Oanda, do a Google search for a demo trading account. Start practicing trading today. You can get the ultimate charting software for the next 14 days for that $1 trial, and you can attend that live class. Now, what I want everybody to do here is for those of you that are taking this trial here, as you're going through the next couple days, take some notes. Take some notes on this, and then on Friday when you get into a live class, either myself or one of my colleagues, you will be in a live webinar where they're going to be going over the charting with you. You can ask them some questions right there in that live session. So on that note, my friends, I've gone out of my time on this. So I want to thank every Investor Inspiration for allowing me to come here today. Once again, this is our Investor Inspiration special, that 14-day trial for $1. So I call it my Forex my Quick Start program. Get this in your hands. If you find interest in what I just showed you, take it for a test drive. All you're risking is $1 on this for 14 days, or you can get locked in for the month-to-month subscription. Let me answer that one last question before I get off here. Somebody said, is there any sort of subscription or long-term subscription? It's on a month-to-month basis. So hopefully that answers your question there, Andrew, on that one here. But all this is included. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and turn this back over to Renee. Thank you, Renee. And I wish everybody the best in your new Forex trading career. Good day, everybody. Have a good weekend.